Welcome back to my garden. It is a beautiful day and I wanted to show you guys a viral seed planting technique. If you have a really small space and you want to have lots of plants for your garden outside this year. So this is really cool to save space indoors while you're starting them. And I saw this, I thought I cannot pass this up. I have to show you guys how to do this. Let's check it out. Before we get into my little viral planting hack, I want to show you one of my favorite plants in the garden. It's actually a shrub. It's a black pussy willow. You ever seen one of those? It's amazing. Take a look. So the rabbits prune it every year and it's getting bigger and bigger. My hyacinth, they're about, I don't know, an inch tall or so. And with the warm temperatures this week, they've been really shooting up. Here is lungwort. And it's got some beautiful flowers that are gonna be coming up really soon. I'm just out in my garden today, working around, doing a little bit of pruning. Don't really want to do too much though. Some of the insects are still overwintering in here. It's always best to leave the garden pretty much well enough alone until it's above 10 degrees Celsius reliably, but we're getting there. Got these new trimmers here at Princess Auto, and I'll show you. I got a couple other things for the garden from there as well, so we'll take a look. So this is a pretty cool thing that I got from Princess Auto the other day too, ahead of the spring planting season, is this Holland Greenhouse vertical planter. So you can see its size right there, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, I think, some strawberry plugs in there. I'm going to fill this up with soil and do that to have that on my porch. That'd be pretty awesome. And what the really cool thing is here is this is a watering tube, so you can, like, once you fill your soil up in here, you put the water the water in here, and it's got these little tiny holes to water all the way down this tube into this column. So yeah, this is a great sunny spot in my deck. I'm pretty excited about this. So I'm going to order some strawberry plugs. In today's economy, it's a little cheaper to start your annuals at home. So I have geraniums, pansies, flowering kale, and straw flowers that I'm doing. I want to show you this really crazy planting hack that I found online. Saves on space, and you can grow a lot of flowers and, you know, start your veggies this way for really cheap. Let's take a look. All right, so on to the viral planting hack. So do you have a lot of seeds that you're trying to plant, make little tiny seedlings for your garden, but you don't have a whole lot of space? Well, this is your solution. It's not pretty, but it works. Take a look at this. Call this little method. Some people call it a little snail roll, where I've seen online. I call it like the jelly roll. So basically it's soil kind of coiled up in like fabric or a sill gasket. And you can plant little seeds all the way around, like a corkscrew all the way throughout. So all this can house like numerous plants, and when you're ready to transplant, you just unfurl it and take the little seedlings out and plant them. So let's show you how I made this. So we're gonna grab some Jiffy soil, this is also from Princess Auto, and moisten it up so you can spread it on your fabric or silk gasket. So next I cut up a tube of weed cloth, so it's a really long length. I just like chopped it up into little pieces like this. It's about maybe 6 inches long or so, or you can make it a little bit longer if you'd like. Sill gasket also works really well for this, but it is kind of like foams. I'm not sure if you're interested in that, but any kind of fabric will do. You can even do just like cloth if you wanted. And you'll need some way to secure your little jelly roll, your little planting jelly roll. So I just have thread right here, but you could use you know, a rope or anything like that, and just some scissors and seeds, of course. Let's get started. So I'm just going to unfurl the length of this garden cloth. Right. I'm actually going to make 2 because I made this a little bit short. I need a little bit more to kind of cover the bottom so the soil doesn't fall out. We'll see what I mean in a minute. All right, so I've got my Jiffy soil right here, so I'm just going to put some on. Just going to put it on the top part here and leave this down here. When we roll up, the bottom will be covered. So just start at the very top part of the garden cloth. This is kind of a messy thing. You don't have to put a ton of soil, because as you roll it up, you'll see that there'll be quite a bit there. And I am using wet soil. You don't want to use you know, dried up dusty soil. You want it to be nice and damp for when our seedlings touch it. All right. All right, so that part's done. We're going to start rolling it up, and you're going to kind of tuck the bottom up a little bit as you do it. So just kind of like a jelly roll. And I just kind of fold in the bottom, and I just kind of fold in the bottom like this as I go along. And yes, some will kind of spill out, so take your time with it. But you see how this works? It's pretty cool. Gives you a lot of real estate for planting in a very small space. Especially if you've got an apartment or just a really small window area that gets good sun. All right, so that's what it looks like. Looks like that. And you can make them as big as you want. And then the bottom, I was tucked up that little piece of fabric there as well. So you can see there that the soil's not going to come out the bottom. It will come out the top, so you got to be careful. Sort of bounce it around a little bit like that. And then we're just going to take, I don't know, whatever you want to kind of secure it. I'm just going to use this twine here. Now I just kind of wind around it. It doesn't have to be too pretty, but just to kind of hold this all together. And then I'll tie it off. And then I'll tie it off. And there you have it. Let's plant our seeds. And there are my little wee seeds, and I'm going to kind of put them all around in here. Probably easy with my fingers. So what you do is you're just going to kind of stick them as per the instructions. Like this is like a 1/4 inch deep, kind of all the way around in your little coils there. Space them out. You want to put them super close together. You can always add a little bit more soil just on top when you're finished. If you just want to put them on top, there's plenty of space actually in this one to do that. And then as they grow, they're going to just sort of come up and shoot up all around here. And when they're ready to transplant, you just roll this out and you transplant your little seeds. So I'll show you the ones I started a little earlier in the week in a second. But you can see how much space this will save you. So when I saw this online, like, this is not my idea, but I wanted to share it with you guys. It was just game changer for me. I was like, this is pretty cool. And you can see like they're pretty long. So I mean, there's lots of room for root growth there. So I'm not too worried about them getting stunted or anything like that. And again, just follow instructions. If they're supposed to be, you know, started in the dark, that's one thing. Under light, that's another. So you just plant them as you would normally would. This is just, you've got a little bit more space in your house to grow lots more plants. This could be dangerous. So there you go. That's the idea. So I got a few of them starting here downstairs under my little Jiffy Hydrolite that I got last year. And as you can see, I started them on Monday. So they're, oh, geez, one's sprouting right there. Look at that. Ooh, exciting. Another one's there, a couple in the back. So this really economizes on space. It's just like a usual little seedling tray. You know, you can like line these little guys up here. And look how many, you know, you can have in here. Probably like 8. And then, you know, I put so many seeds in here, you probably get like 20 plants or something like that. So it's really great to economize on your space to use this little hack. So glad I discovered this and wanted to share this with you guys. Another handy thing to have around is the soil thermometer. So you can see right now, we're actually at a temperature where we can put in like cabbage and things like that so that they can grow. Cabbage is part of the cole crops. You can also do your onions and celery and stuff like that and get your peas started. Obviously some of the other things, you gotta wait till the soil warms up a bit. If you're a mushroom forager, this is also really handy. You can bring this in the woods with you to know when mushroom, like morel season is going to be starting, for example. So most people say around 50 degrees Fahrenheit is when you can start to expect some action in the woods in regards to morels. So we're not quite there yet. You'll definitely want sort of south-facing slopes where it gets lots of sunshine and get a little bit more time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and let me know if you try this out and if it's successful for you. I'll keep you updated, like on my Instagram and stuff like that, and my Facebook, as to how these are growing. And maybe I'll do a follow-up video if you guys are interested to show you what it looks like further on down the line and when I transplant them. Have a great week and a good Easter, and we'll see you next time.